Come with me, and you'll be.
Hi, everybody. Hello, super social director media.
I wanted you to share this experience of finding this little baby bird and what lessons you gleaned from it.
It was like the Lord Himself came down and started talking to me because I was having a rough morning this morning, and which a lot of people don't realize because you look on the outside and think everybody's life is so perfect. Well, it's not. I'm here to tell you. And from Being Beautiful Foundation and this bird connects because when we found the baby bird, it was just born, and I just had this desire right away to what should we do, and Jennifer and Ardelia, we all got together to basically figure out to save the bird, and it was just born. I just stopped everything. But this morning when I sat down, I was having a rough moment because that bird was fighting for survival, and I feel like that's what I'm doing with the foster kids. I want so much for them, just like I wanted so much for this bird. But I felt helpless. But as soon as we all joined together, Jennifer, she got on the computer right away, which I'm horrible at that. And Ardelia were her ideas and suggestions, and my son on telling me, because he knew I would step up to save the bird and stop making breakfast. But the morning that I had was rough, feeling like the bird. I felt like a newborn baby bird under the bush that nobody cared about. And that's how a lot of these foster kids feel. So you do so much to build your foundation for the foster kids so they can do a lot of things. And then you feel left alone, like your wing is broke. But the bird's wing was not broken. But one thing I've learned from the Bible, it says that the birds don't worry about anything, but aren't we much more important to Christ than the birds are? So from a rough morning, feeling like I was left alone, almost put aside by society, by friends on Facebook. You have all these friends, they're really not your friends, but you have people taking up space. And nobody does anything to donate. And all you had to do was just basically help. And that's what we did for the bird. And as soon as we got to the place, the wildlife, to take the bird, I felt so relieved that this bird was going to be okay. And the first thing the woman did was ask for the donation for this little bird. And my heart instantly just gave. So when we have foundations, that's what we need to do is you guys, everybody, we have to ask for the donation. Go to beingbeautifulfoundation.org. Please donate. Please give, because aren't the foster kids worth more than a bird? That's how I felt about my experience today, and it was the best.
Wow. Why don't you talk about the little song that the bird was singing on the way to the wildlife?
Oh my God! Adelia was in the back seat of the car, and it was just opening its little mouth so wide, and you could see the end of pink, and you could hear it like the little music he was singing, and all we heard was this little humming sound of this bird that did not know what it was going to happen to it, but it was singing anyway while it was hungry. And it was just like the sound of a bird, but it was even more beautiful because it showed us that the bird wasn't worried about anything. He wasn't in distress. And that's how I felt. I feel a lot. We're in distress. I feel like I'm in distress. And to me, it was like Christ came down and spoke to me to say, keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. And aren't you worth more than a bird? And that people are going to come. He himself will rescue me and our kids, our foster children. Because I want so much for our foundation and for our family.
Wow. So you fostered a baby bird today. Good
Foster.
work.
Dilly, what was the name of the bird? Eastern Phoebe.
Yeah, Eastern Phoebe.
So we have all the information on how to keep up with him. It's like that's our new foster son now.
and he is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane, I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And oh, how he loves us, oh, oh, how he loves us, how he loves us all. He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane, I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and
Realize we
mercy.
usually feed them once an hour, so we'll feed him a couple of times. And
And
then
all of a sudden